Part 114. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1131. Chapter 1131, Killing Chen Yaojin on the Way. Sun Ying-er. Huo Linyuan's voice was a little louder this time. Sun Ying-er has been with Huo Linyuan for so many years, and of course she knows that Huo Linyuan is running out of patience. Ha 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 ha, this Huo Linyuan really has no ability at all. Sun Ying-er really doesn't know what kind of men she has been entangled with over the years. These men are of no use at all. There is obviously some kind of plan. But this Huo Linyuan has no ability at all. There is no so-called patience at all. I just didn't follow him a little. In Huo Linyuan's eyes, he was just a dog that could be handled casually. As long as he simply waved his hand, he would pass by. Huo Linyuan also felt something was wrong, and felt that it was not possible, so he took a deep breath. I can understand your mood, but I really hope you can calm down a little, really calm down, your current mood is not good. Sun Ying-er really dislikes this guy. He keeps saying these things, and it really feels like he has no sincerity at all. There is no sincerity at all. Unexpectedly, it was just when Sun Ying-er was complaining. He suddenly held her in his arms. That's right, hold it in your arms. This is really a bit shocking. You really make me feel distressed. I don't know why I feel distressed. I obviously thought you were not important to me at all. I obviously thought. Sun Ying-er, these words are really disgusting. It's the kind of indescribable disgust. Just when Sun Ying-er wanted to endure her nausea, say something, and cooperate with Huo Linyuan to continue this so-called drama. Suddenly they were forcibly separated. That's right, it means being separated. Lu Jing, what are you doing? When he heard this, Sun Ying-er's eyes regained clarity. When Qingming returned to normal, I saw Lu Jing's figure. Lu Jing stood in front of him. For some reason, Sun Ying-er actually saw a sense of security in Lu Jing's back. Lu Jing looked at Huo Linyuan in front of him, with anger all over his body. I want to ask you what you did to approach my aunt's son, and whether you have forgotten what you did before. Huo Linyuan, you are also a man after all. As a man shouldn't be so stingy. Lu Jing hurried over after receiving the news. Seeing the entanglement between the two, Lu Jing knew that he should not show up. After all, Sun Ying-er has been entangled with Huo Linyuan for so long. Sun Ying-er must have Huo Linyuan in her heart. If Huo Linyuan really looks back, then Sun Ying-er will definitely be happy. After all, the man I've loved for many years finally looks back. But Lu Jing just couldn't control himself, couldn't control his thoughts. Huo Linyuan just hugged Sun Ying-er and could clearly feel that Sun Ying-er's attitude had softened significantly. With just a little effort, he could soften Sun Ying-er's heart. Why did Chen Yaojin come out halfway? It really deserves to be damned. This is a matter between Sun Ying-er and me, you don't have the right to interrupt. Why am I not qualified to interrupt? I am Aunt Sun's good nephew. As a nephew, how could I not do something? Huo Linyuan, I hope you can get out of here by yourself, as far away as you can. Don't so. Lu Jing, who do you think you are, get out of here. If you ask me to get out, then I will get out. If I really get out, then I will lose face. Huo Linyuan, although my brain is not very good, but I know that if you find my aunt's son, then there must be nothing good. Since there is nothing good. As a nephew, how could I let you hurt my aunt? End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1132. Chapter 1132. There is no such thing as coincidence in this world. Huo Linyuan really wanted to kill this guy. Why is this Lu Jing so troubled? At this moment, Sun Ying'er's voice rang out, Lu Jing, let's go, take me away. Sun Ying'er's words immediately made Lu Jing, who was like a ferocious and almost biting dog, immediately regain his docility. Okay, I'll take you away now. After saying that, he covered Sun Ying'er with his own clothes and left with Sun Ying'er. Just when Sun Ying'er walked a few steps, she heard Huo Linyuan's voice, Ying'er, I really regret some things. I hope you can give me a chance to make amends. If you really give me if you get this opportunity, I will definitely not let you down. Sun Ying'er had no intention of staying. Just walk forward. While sitting in the car, Lu Jing immediately said, and son, you are so smart, can't you see that this Huo Linyuan must have no good intentions? He must have other ideas, so you must be careful. But I think I can really say that I think too much. And son, you are so smart, how could you not understand this? There is no need for me to remind you, I am just. The more Lu Jing said this, the less he felt he knew what to say. And Sun Ying'er just looked at him. Lu Jing was really a little flustered by the sight. I am really flustered. Why are you looking at me like this? I'm really doing this for your own good. Really, okay, I know my mouth is a bit stupid and I don't know what to say, but Aunt Sun, you are so smart, you must know what to do. How to do it? You know that I'm smart and I know what to do, so it's useless for you to remind me. Do you really think that I'm the kind of person who can be fooled at will? If Huo Linyuan says something casually, then I'll have to do it right away. Can you go back? When Sun Ying'er said this, she thought of that hateful guy. A high and mighty attitude. As if I had to listen to him. Who is Huo Linyuan? Why such a gesture? Lu Jing didn't say anything after hearing this, he just looked at Sun Ying'er. Just look at it. You have to remember that they are all in a narrow car now. The space is very closed. Such a closed space is really a bit. It feels a little weird. But I don't know what's a little weird about it. Immediately, Sun Ying'er stretched out her hand and knocked Lu Jing's head directly. You idiot, I just feel now that you, an idiot, can be so arrogant. Do you really think that your brain is not very useful? Then all other people's brains, none of them work. But the way you are entangled with that Huo Linyuan, I think you still have thoughts about him, Lu Jing said subconsciously. But Lu Jing regretted it after saying this. How did he say this? If Sun Ying'er really had any ideas, it would be over. If Sun Ying'er was against Huo Linyuan, she just restrained herself, restrained her emotions, and now she said it out loud. What would she do if she woke up at one point? Lu Jing became nervous when he thought of this. Today my father went to the Li group, and then Huo Linyuan came. Do you really think it is a coincidence? In this world, there is everything but no coincidence. When Sun Ying'er said this, contempt appeared at the corner of her mouth. Emotions. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1133. Chapter 1133. Continue to entangle. Lu Jing subconsciously breathed a sigh of relief when he saw Sun Ying'er like this. So this is that's it? Then what happened to you just now? What else could be wrong with me? Of course I was just pretending. Huo Linyuan came to me. Why? You can think of it with your toes. I also know that since Huo Linyuan came to play with me, then I will have a good time. I want Huo Linyuan to know that not everyone can play. When she said this, Sun Ying'er's eyes became sharp. These words really made Lu Jing breathe a sigh of relief. After all, Sun Ying'er is like this, lucky, no. Can't say it's lucky. But at this moment, Sun Ying suddenly said, Lu Jing, I told you these words, if they spread, then. When Lu Jing came back to his senses, he saw Sun Ying's suspicious eyes. This suspicious look really made Lu Jing a little angry. What do you mean? Do you doubt what I mean? And son, I have been by your side for so long, and I really care about you. It's a lesson from heaven and earth. Why do you doubt me like this? I'm really sad that you doubt me like this, super sad. Anyway, I've told you. As for this, it's up to you what will happen. But I think it's impossible for Huo Linyuan to just let it go. He will definitely think of many ways. The number of times he will appear in front of me in the future will definitely increase. When she said this, Sun Ying started to sneer. Lu Jing also felt that he had to do something. Sure enough, in the next few days, Sun Ying saw Huo Linyuan in many places. Huo Linyuan really felt like he was haunted. Sun Ying tried her best to ignore this guy. She wanted to know how much patience this Huo Linyuan had. Sun Ying was blocked by him countless times. The game of hard to get is not fun if you play it too much. Sun Ying laughed when she heard this, and then walked towards Huo Linyuan. But just when she was about to approach Huo Linyuan, she stopped. Then he said in a contemptuous tone, I don't know what you mean by this, playing hard to get, haha, I really don't know what made you think I was playing hard to get. If there is something about me that made you misunderstand, well, then just tell me and I will definitely change it. After all, it's really not okay for you to think about it so much. Now Sun Ying doesn't hide the disgust in her eyes at all. And Sun Ying really doesn't feel the need to hide. After all, Huo Linyuan is in a situation like this. No matter what she hates or what, she even says she looks like a pile of shit. Then this man will fall in love. Ying I know very well that I have done some things that made you sad before, and I really feel a little regretful in my heart. Can you give me a chance to make up for you? As long as you give me a chance, then I will definitely. I gave you a chance. Have you ever given me a chance before? Obviously, you haven't, and you have never given me a chance. Haha, does Lan Zhen know that you are like this now? I am curious now, if Lan Zhen knows that you are like this, what would it be like? She still has your child in her belly. This is really a bit cruel of you. Actually, you still have me in your heart, don't be like this. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1134. Chapter 1134, Fighting the Male Protagonist. Why do you think I have you in my heart? Where did you see it, Huo Linyuan? I didn't even feel it myself. There was no mockery on Sun Ying's face at all. Huo Linyuan's eyes were full of affection. Actually, I have never thought about letting anyone else be my wife. In my heart, only you are qualified to be my wife. Are you begging me now? Huo Linyuan felt really uncomfortable when he saw Sun Ying in such a condescending posture, so Huo Linyuan said, Ying it's been so many days. If you are angry in your heart, then you should get out. Our time now is it's short. There's no need to waste it on something like this. I don't think it's a waste. I feel pretty good now. On the contrary, you are wasting your time like this. Wife, is your wife a good position? Do I have to be your wife? Huo Linyuan felt that if he lowered his head a little, Sun Ying would be able to come back, so it was almost enough. Sun Ying's attitude now really made Huo Linyuan a little uncomfortable. But thinking of his plan, Huo Linyuan could only endure. Okay, Ying just tell me what you want me to do, so that you will believe me, believe my words, and believe that I treat you as my wife. Saying wife so repeatedly made Sun Ying feel really disgusted. What's so good about his wife? It's like what a good position his wife has in this world, even like the position of a queen. But at this moment, Sun Ying thought of something, and then she said, "Is it true what you said? Are you sincere, what you said?" These words made Huo Linyuan couldn't help but laugh in his heart. He knew that this woman was pretending. This woman is for sale. But the next moment, Huo Linyuan's expression changed. Because Sun Ying said, "Then kneel down and beg me." Sun Ying, do you know what you are talking about? Sun Ying looked at the veins on Huo Linyuan's forehead and smiled directly. Of course I know what I am talking about, Huo Linyuan. If you don't do something to let me see your sincerity, how will I know whether what you say is sincere? Or maybe you don't want me to be your wife at all, you just think I'm your dog who can come and go when you call her. Woman, don't go too far. Sun Ying just laughed a few times. Ha 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 ha, don't go too far. What have I done to make you think it's too much? I just want to see your sincerity. You're dignified Mr. Huo, Mr. Huo, you can't even take it. Don't you think it's too much to show so-called sincerity? You can't afford it? If you can't afford it, just say it directly. I won't say such a thing. What do you mean now? Now you are blaming me again, Huo Linyuan. I'm really curious now. Are you a man? If you are a man, why would you say such a thing? Following Sun Ying's words, Huo Linyuan frowned tightly. Ying, you have changed, you have really changed, you were not like this before. Then what does my sister look like? Is she following you like a pug, waiting for you to hand out bones casually? If you give me some good looks casually, she will be very happy. Ha ha ha, if you really I hope my sister is like this, then why don't you get a dog? End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1135. Chapter 1135. Sunian makes a move towards Sun Ying. Huo Linyuan frowned when he heard this. He had clearly asked why Sunian would appear here if Sunian was not coming. You were surprised to see me. Why, you don't want to see me so much? Haha, Mr. Huo, why don't you want to see me? Is it because you feel guilty? You shouldn't. What kind of person are you, Mr. Huo? Are you feeling guilty? This made Huo Linyuan look bad. But how could Huo Linyuan let Sunian handle it and say directly, Sunian, you just talked nonsense in front of Ying when I wasn't paying attention, causing Ying to misunderstand me and sow discord between us. Other than this, what else can you do? Why does Sunian appear here? It was because both Sunian and Sun Ying were curious about how humble Huo Linyuan could be. So Sunian came to insult. Hey, that's what a vicious female supporting role does. This kind of thing is really normal. Sunian is also very happy. Very happy. I provoked your relationship. Did I turn you into a rotten cucumber and make other people's stomachs grow bigger? I forced you to get along with that woman Lan Min. Sunian sneered after saying this. It's just that just a rotten cucumber, looking at you like this, it seems like you are so powerful. Rotten cucumber. After hearing this, Sun Ying burst into laughter. She thought it would be better to let Sunian deal with Huo Linyuan. Anyway, if it were him, he would never make Huo Linyuan so angry that he could not speak. I really don't have such ability. Sister, I really don't know what our Mr. Huo thinks. Now that men and women are equal, he has become a rotten cucumber. He still runs in front of you and says what? Your wife, my wife, why are you don't go find a fresh cucumber, it's still delicious. Huo Linyuan really didn't expect that Sunian would be so vulgar. It's really extremely vulgar. You know what you are talking about, Sunian, you are also a lady, a rich lady, how could you say such a thing? If you say such a thing, you are not afraid of being embarrassed if it gets out. But Sunian was not afraid at all. Why did it spread? Why did such a thing spread? I want to know in what form it spread. Could it be that it spread, did I call you a rotten cucumber for my sister? If that's the case, then it doesn't matter to me, after all, I think it's you who is afraid. After all, they will pay more attention to the reason for rotten cucumbers than my nonsense, ha ha ha. Huo Linyuan's face turned completely bad. He really wants to kill someone now. Thinking about it carefully, what happened these days seems to be all because of the Sunian. If it weren't for Sunian, then this situation wouldn't have happened. It seems that if Sunian hadn't been involved in so many things, things wouldn't have become so bad, and Sun Ying'er would be by her side obediently. There is no existence of herself in Sun Ying'er's eyes now. It's all Sunian. Thinking of this, Huo Linyuan's eyes changed when he looked at Sunian, showing hatred. After all, Sunian had experienced so many people, and she could tell from Huo Linyuan's eyes what he was thinking, so he sneered directly, Huo Linyuan, a man like you is not worthy of my sister. My sister is the best person in the world. Sunian walked up to Sun Ying'er and stretched out his hand towards her. Sun Ying'er looked at Sunian in front of her. She seemed to remember the first time Sunian found her and wanted to cooperate. Thinking about it carefully, their journey along the way didn't look like cooperation at all. Instead, it looked like she was pulling herself out of step by step. Sun Ying'er laughed when she thought of this. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1136. Chapter 1136 Lu Jing's Careful Tactics. The two of them returned home. Talk happily about today's events. Be as excited as you want. Even brought out wine. They were lying on the sofa. Sun Ying'er, I really admire you. Why can you say such amazing words? Rotten cucumber. Ha ha ha. I really didn't expect such amazing words. You are really amazing. Nian Nian. I really feel like we are, the gap is really huge. What's the point of this? What is Huo Linyuan like? He is a face-saving person, so no matter what I say, he will not let the news leak out. After all, no one wants to bear the reputation of a rotten cucumber. When Sun Ying'er heard this, her eyes suddenly lit up. That makes sense, how come she has never thought of this? It's simply too awesome. You are really amazing. I think I need to learn from you and learn to become stronger myself. Sunian took a sip of wine and couldn't help but said, I'm curious about how long Huo Linyuan can last and what he wants to do. At the same time, I'm also a little curious about what he has in mind. Am I just so powerful that Huo Linyuan can't do it? You are willing to sell yourself to deal with me, ha ha ha, I really feel that I am powerful. You are very powerful. Ever since I met you, I feel like I don't have to worry about anything. I just need to rely on you and listen to you. When Sun Ying'er said this, she leaned on Sunian's body. In fact, Sun Ying'er feels that in her relationship with Sunian, Sunian is really her sister. It seems that no matter what happens, Sunian is always in front. I just need to be behind Sunian. Just do what Sunian wants. When she thought of this, Sun Ying'er couldn't help but said, Nian Nian, it would be great if you were a man. If you were a man, then I would definitely try my best to climb into your bed and become your woman. When he said this, he leaned on Sunian. The whole person is as attached as he or she is. It was originally a joke. But this made the two men waiting not far away uneasy. That's right, Li Baikan and Lu Jing were sitting next to him. I didn't expect that Sun Ying'er could actually say such a thing. The key is that after Sun Ying'er said these words, Sunian actually reached out and held Sun Ying'er in his arms. Don't worry, If I were a man, then I would definitely treat you well and pamper you like a princess. I will never do that. Be a rotten cucumber. Yes, I don't want a rotten cucumber. I, Sun Ying-er, am not a simple woman. I have everything and all rights. Why do I want a rotten cucumber? Damn, who is Huo Linyuan? His wife's position is very important. What's wrong? He's just a so-called rotten cucumber. Lu Jing couldn't help but sigh in his heart when he saw Sun Ying-er like this. He has been with Sun Ying-er for so long. I have known for a long time that Sun Ying-er is very strong-minded. Also very powerful. If Sun Ying-er has a fragile side, then her fragile side is only on Sun Yan's side. Lu Jing even felt that he would never be favored by Sun Ying-er in his life. But if you think about it carefully, it would be nice to be by Sun Ying-er's side for the rest of your life. Lu Jing thought of Sun Ying-er and Sun Yan saying that he was a licker. It seems that he has been a licker in his life. Well, he wanted to do something even if he was licking the dog's life, so he looked at the person next to him. Your wife is like this, why don't you do something? Li Baikan said nothing. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Zhang Word. Chapter 1137. Chapter 1137 Lu Jing, what do you mean? Lu Jing felt that he felt uncomfortable anyway. Then if another person can be more uncomfortable than yourself, my mood will definitely be better. Then he came close to Li Baikan. Are you really not uncomfortable? Your wife is so close to others, and she is so close in front of you. You are really not uncomfortable. Is this the love you have for my aunt? Hey! Are you itchy? Lu Jing could clearly feel the anger on Li Baikan's body. This way Lu Jing is satisfied. Very satisfied. Lu Jing continued, why do you say that? Why do you think I'm itchy? What I said is true. Is there really nothing in your heart? It shouldn't be. You are usually so possessive. I know, you usually tell lies, you don't care about my aunt at all. The next moment, Li Baikan's fist appeared directly on Lu Jing's face. Very strong. Lu Jing also screamed loudly. Such a voice immediately made people look over. The two women's attention was successfully attracted. Li Baikan, what on earth has happened to you? Hit me no matter what you said. You are really going too far. Let me tell you, if you don't give me a perfect explanation today, then I will definitely not let you go. It's yours. Lu Jing speaks very loudly. Sun Ying-er walked to Lu Jing's side and said helplessly, what's wrong with you? After hearing this, Lu Jing suddenly lost his composure, and son, what do you mean by this? What's the word for me? Yeah, what you said is as if I am the kind of person who messes around. It is obviously Li Baikan who bullies me. As my aunt, you must make the decision for me, and make the decision properly. Sun Ying-er was really speechless. Lu Jing, why does he feel like a child? And son, I'm talking to you. Did you hear it? I've always been like this. Why don't you speak? I'm your nephew. Are you so cruel and cold to your nephew? Why is this aunt like this? When Sun Ying-er heard this, she really couldn't stand it anymore, so she yelled at Lu Jing directly, shut up. If you don't shut up, I'll deal with you. When Lu Jing heard this, he could only say nothing but shut up. But Lu Jing's little appearance really makes him feel aggrieved as much as he wants. Immediately, Sun Ying-er walked up to Li Baikan and said directly to Li Baikan, how did you do it? You are Lu Jing's uncle according to your seniority. Why don't you, the uncle, take care of his responsibilities? And you can take care of it? Why are you bothering us? Lu Jing. What does this mean? What does this mean? Li Baikan could only nod slightly. I know, I'll take him away now and teach him a lesson with that. He lifted Lu Jing up. Lu Jing felt bad when he was treated like this. Li Baikan, let me go, don't touch me, and what I do is obviously. Although Li Baikan felt a little bad, Li Baikan's mind was still somewhat rational. It was not the same as Lu Jing's. Sunian was not alone, and it was impossible for him to let Sunian's light shine only for him. Moreover, Lu Jing's goal was achieved by making such a fuss. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1138. Chapter 1138. It's like she broke the marriage in the first place. Huo Linyuan's entanglement with Sun Ying'er continues. I wait downstairs in the company every day. He wanted to let the whole world know that he was pursuing Sun Ying'er. People in the upper class were talking about it. Someone even came to Sun Ying'er specifically and said in a sour tone, Ying'er, you are really holding your breath now. People like Mr. Huo will look back for you. I am really envious of you. But it made Sun Ying'er disgusted. But Huo Linyuan's arrogance became bigger and bigger. Even Sun Ying'er's father came. Sun Zhuang ran up to Sun Ying'er and asked directly, what are you thinking about? I haven't looked for you these days. I thought you had a brain, but I didn't expect that I was really overthinking. Do you know that you doing what? Sun Ying'er had a headache when she saw the man in front of her. What she and Sunian wanted to do was to slowly see what Huo Linyuan wanted to do. She also felt that Huo Linyuan was just trying to deal with Sunian, and that he was doing this to her. It was really overkill, so she had to wait slowly to see what Huo Linyuan was up to. Obviously, there is something wrong with the man in front of me. Dad, don't worry about this matter. I have my own ideas. But when Sun Zhuang heard this, his face was as angry as he wanted. He immediately pointed at Sun Ying'er and said, you have your own ideas. Come on, tell me what you think. That's Huo Linyuan. Huo Linyuan finally figured it out, but you dragged him. Who do you think you are you special? It's your luck that Huo Linyuan likes you. If you do this, if Huo Linyuan really runs away, now, I see you won't be able to cry when the time comes. Sun Ying'er looked at the man in front of her. Sunian's words appeared in her mind. Sunian said, who is Huo Linyuan? How could my sister be an ordinary person? My sister is a fairy in the sky. Huo Linyuan is just a toad. I really didn't expect that Huo Linyuan, a toad, has the courage to go back and eat swan meat. When Sunian said this, there was a strong light in his eyes. It's like a light that can bring you out of the abyss of darkness. And the current man are simply two extremes. When she thought of this, Sun Ying'er couldn't help but laugh. Last time, Sun Zhuang felt that Sun Ying'er didn't listen to him and was no longer very good, so he felt a little irritated. Now seeing Sun Ying'er like this, he felt even more angry. Why are you laughing? You really don't know. What's the relationship between our family and the Huo family? If the marriage had been successful, you would have become MRS Huo, and I don't know how much better our family's situation would be now. Do you know how difficult our family has been during this time? Sun Ying'er's smile became brighter and brighter when she heard these words. This is her so-called father. What he said was as if he had broken the marriage in the first place. Ha 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 ha, she destroyed it. Even if you knelt in front of Huo Linyuan and begged him, Huo Linyuan wouldn't marry me. Now you still blame me. Do you think it's interesting? Ha ha ha, Dad, what's going on with you? You have Alzheimer's disease. Did you do it in advance? You did it in advance and you didn't tell me. This is a very serious matter. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 1139. Chapter 1139. Mr. Lu is also capable of attacking people. Sun Ying-er learned some things from Sunian. These words must be said. It is others who feel uncomfortable. Why should you be polite? If you are polite, then you will feel uncomfortable. This is really not worth it? Super not worth it? Sun Zhuang's face was really red with anger. It's not that you are useless. If you were slightly useful, you would have become Mrs. Huo long ago. A woman who cannot win a man's heart is a failure. Very soon. The kind that fails. Now God sympathizes with you and lets Huo Linyuan see you. If you really don't cherish anything, then it will be too late for you to regret it, so you better stop making trouble. Huo Linyuan's patience is really limited. If you really mess around, then it's really not okay. So hurry up and follow me to Huo Linyuan and apologize. In this case, your matter will be settled. Sun Ying-er really couldn't listen to these words. Even at this moment, Sun Ying-er felt that she was no longer a human being. It was just a piece of goods that was bought and sold casually by the man in front of me. The more Sun Zhuang talked about it, the more excited he became. He felt that a lot of the future was in front of him, and he could gain benefits by just moving his hands a little. Absolute benefit. Sun Zhuang even walked up to Sun Ying-er while talking, intending to pull Sun Ying-er away. Just when Sun Ying-er was about to resist, suddenly there was a loud shout, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do?" The next moment, Lu Jing appeared in Sun Ying-er's sight. Lu Jing directly forced them to separate, and looked at Sun Zhuang fiercely. Sun Zhuang's expression suddenly changed when he saw Lu Jing. An expression of flattery appeared on his face. "Young Master Lu, what are you doing?" If just now, Sun Ying-er felt that her father's expression was a bit disgusting, now she is deeply disgusted. Such a face. It is simply the face of a villain. What am I doing? If you ask me what I am doing, then I also want to ask what you want to do. What do you mean? What do you want to do to my aunt? Please tell me carefully. Although the Lu family is not as good as the Huo family, Sun Zhuang doesn't want to offend him. It's like this. There are some things that my Ying-er can't figure out. She's too willful. Mr. Huo is obsessed with her. This situation makes me a little bit moved. I really think she can't miss it. As a father, I'm really afraid of her. If you miss it, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Lu Jing understood immediately after hearing this, and his eyes became firm. "Sun Zhuang, what do you mean? I understand, but you have to know your company. Mr. Li and I have been helping each other these days. If you have any brains, you should know that this is for Aunt Sun's sake. Are you really not afraid of anything?" These words really made Sun Zhuang's face stiffen slightly. But he still said with a smile, "Master Lu, what do you mean by that? Our relationship is really good now." "Why do you say that?" "It really hurts the relationship between us. What is the relationship between Huo Linyuan, me, and Li Baikan? They are obviously enemies. You want to rush to marry my aunt to my enemy. What does your behavior mean? Your behavior is obviously betrayal. What is the so-called relationship?" These words made Sun Zhuang panic. "What do you mean by your attitude? Do you still want to eat both ends? If you really want to do this, then tell me what you are capable of. Be careful if you eat too much and are exhausted, then you will regret it. It's not good." End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Zhang Word. Chapter 1140. Chapter 1140, Seriousness lasts only 3 seconds. That's right, Sun Zhuang really wants to eat both ends. Compared to this, the position of the hostess of the Huo family is really attractive. Look at the scenery of the land. Sun Zhuang made a choice. the position of the mistress of the Huo family is better. After all, if Sun Ying'er really becomes the mistress of the Huo family, then if maybe the Huo family can become the winner. These years, Sun Zhuang has followed Huo Linyuan and watched Huo Linyuan's face as he lived his life. Even later the Li family and the Lu family. Then he was not taken into consideration. It can even be said that Sun Zhuang really regarded him as a dog. Sun Zhuang is also of a certain age. Following these people who are younger than yourself, you live the same life as a dog. How could Sun Zhuang be willing to do so? Under such circumstances, Sun Zhuang was confident. Master Lu, what do you mean by this? Are you threatening me? I don't care about my daughter's affairs, but you are threatening me. Do you think it's interesting? It's not interesting, but I just want to remind you not to mess around. If you really mess around, there will be a time when you regret it. Whether I regret it or not is my business, not your Lu Jing's business. When Lu Jing said this to me at this moment, you are really being too lenient. And if I'm not mistaken, then you usually keep calling my daughter aunt. In a sense, it is a mistake for you to be so rude to me now. These words really made Lu Jing laugh. What does it mean? Do you really think of yourself as a grandson? Sun Zhuang is really capable. Lu Jing looked at Sun Ying'er, and Sunday. But before Lu Jing could finish his words, he was interrupted by Sun Ying'er. I know what you want to do, you can do whatever you want. I am me and he is him. There will be no overlap between the two of us. Lu Jing smiled immediately after hearing what Sun Ying'er said and understood what to do. He immediately took out his mobile phone and made a call. Stop all our cooperation with the Sun family. In addition, if you spread the word, if you cooperate with the Sun family, you will have trouble with Lu Jing. Don't blame me, Lu Jing, for being ruthless. Sun Zhuang was now flustered. You can't do this, Lu Jing, you can't do this. When Lu Jing saw Sun Zhuang panicking, he felt much better. Then tell me why I can't do this. Lu Jing, never worry about anything when I do things. As long as I'm in a good mood, I'll do whatever I want. I am willing to do it as long as I am happy. And don't worry, this is just the beginning. I will tell my aunt right away to ask the Li family to suspend cooperation. If you choose the Huo family, it will prove that you are against us. I would like to know that you can resist it. Is it difficult to live in two houses? If possible, then you can give us a good demonstration and let me have a good experience. Sun Ying'er looked at Lu Jing like this. Normally, this guy seems a little unreliable. But now, Sun Ying'er really thinks this guy is a bit handsome. Lu Jing felt Sun Ying'er's gaze, looked over, and raised an eyebrow at Sun Ying'er. That's right, it's a wink. Such a situation really made Sun Ying'er really don't know what to say. This guy really can't be serious for more than 3 seconds. End of this chapter.